Hi, well, it's a pleasure to welcome Stephen Nathan, CEO of 10X Investments, into the studio today. 10X Investment is making waves in the market at the moment, at the very time that the Treasury has released its paper into costs in the industry and wants to dramatically reduce the extent of fees in South Africa. The report says that if you save 2% in costs, you can improve your investment kitty by as much as 60%, which is significant. Now, 10X Investment is coming in with the lowest costs in the industry at just 0.9%, which effectively means that investors can get about that. We just want to explore as to how this model can be rolled out in a broader basis to the industry. The Treasury's cost paper expects the industry to shrink to a large degree. We've got thousands of funds at the moment. We could see a lot less, about 100, but we could also see a lot less fund managers and providers. It could be a bit like the big banks. We're only going to have 5 big providers. It also comes at a time when corporates are moving to employ umbrella funds, which by definition reduce costs. Can you just explain us how an umbrella fund can reduce costs and how they can even reduce costs further going forward?
What Treasury is saying is that there are just simply too many funds out there. There's several thousand funds, and we don't need several thousand funds. Their number's about 100. But the point is that the more funds you've got, the less economies of scale you're going to get. So what Treasury is really saying is that let's not duplicate trustees and administration systems amongst thousands of different funds, because if we did it over fewer funds, each member, each saver would pay less, proportionately less, and that makes complete sense. So from that perspective, it's definitely a good thing in terms of saying to companies, listen, often those freestanding funds, the so-called freestanding funds, were completely missold, because they were sold that on the basis that if you need a fund, then I can be your consultant and I can provide these services and charge a fee, almost into perpetuity. So if you look at that, it's definitely often not in the employee and the employer's best interest, and they should be moving to umbrellas.
Of course. I mean, now with